Hello, I hope you're having a lovely day today. I have an exciting giveaway that I'm doing. I have a brand that I love that has their big sale that ends today, and then a recipe using fresh milled flour. At the end of the video, it is my favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. It is not my own, but I did do some adaptations. That is what today's video is going to be about. So to start with is the giveaway. So I am so excited about this. Nutrimills, who I bought my grain mill from over 3 years ago. I'm an affiliate with them, so if you're wanting to buy a grain mill, I have a $20 off coupon with Nutrimills. They reached out to me and offered that I give one of you a white universal mixer, one of their beautiful Bosch mixers. I get to give away to one of you guys, and I'm so excited about it. This is a $500 mixer. They actually gave me one, the black one, last year, and I love it. I was using this, and I still have my old vintage mixer that Scott got for me at an auction, but I don't use it because I love the Bosch mixer. It is big, so I usually don't love big appliances, but this mixer is so effective. It is good for making sourdough bread, cookies, whatever you would normally use a mixer for. So all you have to do to enter to win is go to my website, which I will link below. It is homewithkelly.co, and on the homepage you'll scroll down and you'll see a box where it says join my newsletter, and it just has you enter your first name and your email. Enter that in, and that is how you sign up. Monday is the 17th. Monday morning is when I am going to randomly select from the list of emails one of you to win. I will email you and let you know that you have won, and then I will ask for your details to then give on to Nutrimills, and then they will mail you your Bosch mixer. So if you've ever signed up your email on my website before, please re-enter it, because when we did a website refresh update, those emails did not carry on with the update. So if you've entered it before, please re-enter it. If you're watching this at a later date, you can still enter to get my newsletters, just to send encouragement to you for building your home economy. That's what I love sharing on, and I find it to be very encouraging. All those details will be in the description box below. And if you do not win, Nutrimills will be doing a Black Friday sale where they will have all of their mixers on sale. You can use just my link, and it'll automatically take $20 off of your order, even if it's on sale, or you'll enter, I believe it's just Home with Kelly, and that will also take the $20 off on top of the sale. And that also includes their grain mills. Like I said, I've had my grain mill for over 3 years now. I love it. It is a bit of a learning curve that I do feel that it gets failed to mention that there's a bit of a learning curve with using fresh milled flour. I have several videos on my Harvest grain mill doing a review of them. I will link those below if you're interested in seeing my honest thoughts about the grain mill, and is it worth it? Is it worth the money? And yeah, I can say that I do love it, but it is a learning curve, and it takes some time to get used to, for most things, getting used to fresh milled flour. I would say soft wheat berries, you don't necessarily have much of a learning curve, but yeah, bread, there definitely is. Okay, so before we get into the recipe, I also want to share with you, I know many of you love Perfect Supplements. I love Perfect Supplements. They're having their big Black Friday sale happening now, 27% off all of their products, and you can use my code HOMEWITHKELLY10 to get an additional 10% off on top of that. I'm just going to quickly run through my favorite items from them. Collagen is the #1 thing that I get from them. I love this stuff so much. In the recipe today, you'll see I added some into my cookies. So I add this into baked goods, muffins, our hot drinks. I make hot chocolate for us at night, add a scoop of this in. I also love to make this machinga in the winter. This is matcha and moringa powder, and it is so good. It's definitely more earthy, but it's delicious. And so in the mornings, I will do the hydrolyzed collagen machinga And then this is another brand. This is not from Perfect Supplements. This is from Equip, who I also have an affiliate link with, but I also add a little bit of the core colostrum to that as well. And then their gelatin is what I use to make marshmallows and gummies. Another favorite, this is the only gelatin I buy. It's gelatin from grass-fed cows. Desiccated beef liver, you can buy these in capsules or in powder. I like the powder because I do have a capsule making machine, so this is more of a value. You get more for it for the cost. And then also the powder is nice because you can then add it into recipes. Anything that I want beef liver to sneak into, like meatloaf or spaghetti, I can add the desiccated beef liver powder into, and you'd never know. And that also goes for the multi-organs powder, which is liver, heart, kidney, pancreas, spleen, and thymus. And this I also get as a powder, but you can get as capsules. For years we were making smoothies every morning. I have switched away from making smoothies in the morning, so we don't do that anymore. So that's why now I'm using the powder in capsules or in meals. The mushroom immunity is also a favorite. Again, you can get these in capsules, but I get mine in powder. And this is chaga, reishi, and turkey tail. Very good. And then lastly, this is probably my favorite thing that they're usually always sold out of. It is the female cycle support, and it is bovine reproductive tissue of ovary, uterus, fallopian tube, and then the bovine liver. These only come in capsules, and I'm taking this as a fertility supplement. I do not take this on top of this. So if I'm taking this for the day, then I'm not going to take my desiccated beef liver capsules, but Scott still will take this. So those are all my favorite things. The sale ends today. The day that the video is being posted is when the sale ends. If you are seeing this later and you miss the sale, you can still order 3 or more of the Perfect Supplements products and get 20% off all of those items, and still use my coupon to get another 10% off. So that is everything about Perfect Supplements. The sale ends on November 13th. And now onto the recipe on how I make fresh milled flour chocolate chip cookies with my Bosch Mixer. All right, so I am setting up my Bosch Mixer, and this little piece I take out when I'm cleaning it, so I just put it back in, and I am starting with the whisks. Later on, I will switch it over to the cookie paddles, which do not come with it, but you can buy it if you want to. For a while, I did not have the cookie paddles, and I don't think you need it. You could just use the whisk. That's what I did to make cookies instead of the cookie paddles, but yeah, you can eventually add that. And this recipe that I'm following is from a sprinkleofjoy.com, and it is her chocolate chip cookies with fresh milled flour. I like it because it's in grams, so I just sit the bowl on top of my scale, and that's how I measure everything. So there's far less dishes because you can just pour things right into the bowl. And this is where I add my hydrolyzed collagen, which isn't in the recipe, it's not necessary. And also for the brown sugar, I make it myself with molasses and unrefined cane sugar that I buy from Azure Standard. With all cookies and baked goods, you normally will use soft wheat berries. I have done an experiment before using hard white wheat berries and soft white wheat berries. I have a video on that. I can link that below if you're interested, comparing the two. There wasn't too much of a flavor difference, but there was a texture difference. The soft wheat berries mill into a more fluffy flour than hard wheat berries. And then I just go ahead and measure the wheat berries and put my bowl directly under my mill, and then mill it straight into the bowl. And then I keep turning it so that way the flour doesn't pile up where it's coming out. I have this recipe linked below. The changes that I make in it, she says 1 egg and 2 yolks, and I just do 2 eggs. And then with the 10 grams of cornstarch, I usually don't have cornstarch, so I just use 10 grams of tapioca powder. And I once saw a recipe video of a lady scrunching her parchment paper to lay it flat, because if you don't, the parchment paper rolls up on you. And so ever since I saw that, I wish I knew who to give credit to, but I can't remember who it was. I have been doing that, and it works perfectly for not rolling up on you when you're trying to lay it out on your cookie sheet. Here they are, delicious, so good. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to enter your details into my website to sign up to win the white universal Bosch Mixer. Have a lovely rest of your day.